You have to do it. No, do you remember you have to flip it with your...
No, you don't. You can do it any way you want.
No, as I remember we...
Right? Nice job.
Not my best.
Hang on. Oh, yeah.
So
oh,
fair.
yeah.
I should have stood
On tape.
up. I should have stood up.
Got it.
Fine, congratulations. I'm very happy for you.
I'm going to leave.
The show can't get any better.
I'm done.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Why
nice.
move on?
Fine.
All right. So anyway, welcome. It's Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GetPartDaily.com. Shall we go to the scary stuff?
Do we really want to show this? I can't
show
help but
that.
think this is going to be
Show
more
it.
depressing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You ready?
All right, go
All right,
for it.
Go ahead. Mountain cam.
What is
or
it again
snow?
today? The 17th.
No, this is this morning when you were sleeping.
As we were waking up, this
That's-
is what we woke up to.
That was going on.
I hydroplaned like 3 times on the way to work today. What did you do?
I drove carefully.
Wow.
Look at this. Oh, there's 106
I love the irony. Richard, very nice on the irony of the car wash coated in snow. That was the best.
Perfect.
Wow.
Oh, and that's
And there's
that's what we have right
the
now.
live mountain cam, and
Right.
we're all covered in snow.
Oh man.
So good morning.
Yeah.
There's that.
So what is
And
the?
I am such a moron. I forgot about the weather today. And I wore
Sandals.
my sandals.
Nice
that
job.
was genius. Yeah.
Nice job.
Really smart.
What's this thing on Facebook? People are making fun of me about.
About your twitching? Oh, good Lord.
What do you mean twitching? My fidgeting?
Well, you fidget. You and Patrick, our news director, both do the same thing, except for he rocks back and forth like he's unconsciously soothing a baby all the time.
Right.
And you just sort of like get up and move, and then you go somewhere else, and then you sit down, and then you fidget some more, and you get up and you move around, you go somewhere else to fidget, and then you fidget backwards, you fidget forwards. It's kind of your thing.
Okay.
It's kind of your thing.
Now Brandon puts together something.
Yeah, you didn't believe us, and we felt like we needed to prove it to you, so Brandon has prepared this little visual guide.
Okay, let's watch. All right, pulling the air, maybe a little, yeah.
Flippa.
Maybe a little, maybe. What was that?
That's scratching.
I think I was.
You're scratching your
Scratching
thigh or
what?
mine. I'm not sure what.
Okay, I'm
See,
Italian.
there's paws, waving back and forth.
That's not fidgeting. That's
No,
fidgeting. That's fidgeting. Right.
Here we go again. Now you're touching more things. You're aligning your glasses. You really do like your glasses as a prop, don't you?
I don't know. If I was a woman, my hair was up in a bun, and I was a librarian, and I took my glasses off, I'd be incredibly sexy.
Once again, well, this is
Oh,
true.
yeah, ear.
Yeah.
At one point, I remember.
And then the elbow thing. The elbow thing is good.
Wow, this is a crazy way to watch a show.
Waving hands again. See?
Okay.
And the trouble is, he hasn't even caught you when you're standing. Look at you. You do
Okay,
look
I get
scary
it.
there.
I get it.
Well, did you
get
just see yourself? You just adjusted yourself. You like
No, I didn't adjust myself.
no, like you had bosoms or something. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I thought you were talking about something.
No. That would be Richard. That's a different thing.
Totally different.
Oh, okay. So I would just like to point out it is proof. Now, by the way, we were talking about bad dates yesterday because our friend gave us a call and she was complaining.
Right.
It could be worse. She could have been sued.
What?
Sued. Austin, Small Claims Court. This guy just filed a lawsuit. Brendan Vesmar. He filed the claim against his date Thursday. He's asking for $17.31 in charges, in damages, which is exactly the price of the movie ticket for a 3D showing of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, here's why he's suing her.
Why? This is his date.
She was
right?
reached by, as a matter of fact, she was reached by phone Thursday from Entertainment Tonight. She goes, "Are you serious?"
Right.
Because it was the first she'd heard about it. They hadn't served her yet, and she goes, "This is nuts." She goes, "My sound was down. I was texting quietly. I had even dimmed my screen." She did not deny texting during the movie, but she said that it was just a couple of different times. He said it was a first date from hell. He said 15 minutes after the movie began, she started texting on her phone. And this is like one of my biggest pet peeves, he said. In the petition, she said that the woman activated her phone at least 10 to 20 times in 15 minutes to read and send text messages.
Wow.
Vesmar said he asked her to stop, and she refused. He said he told her that maybe she could just go outside to text. So she left the theater and never came back. She also left in her car, which they'd driven together to the theater, so he had to find his own way home. So then he threw the Uber charges on top of the $17.31 that he's asking for in damages because she texted during the movie.
You text during the movie, the theater.
Only if it's one of the kids' films that's slowly killing me.
The kids
inside.
are with us, so you're not.
Yeah, we do movie date time with the kids,
So
and
wait a minute. So
most of the time, most well-made movies are done in a way that adults can enjoy the movie as well as kids.
It's horrific.
But there's a couple.
Not the movies.
There's
texting.
a couple, so you're just but you have it down here
Yeah, but
like
now
low on your phone.
I get the glare. I get the glare,
No,
and I'm going, I'm
I dim
watching.
the screen.
I'm watching the movie Sing and Trolls. I'm watching Trolls, and then that light just
Anyone
keeps
who
coming
doesn't
in.
text during the movie Trolls is a communist.
Anybody who texts
Or
should
mentally.
be thrown out of the theater.
Well, it's not like I'm taking phone calls. It's not like I'm smoking. I'm just quietly looking at a dim screen for a minute. Really?
I remember
Really?
sitting there eating popcorn and you doing it, and I remember the thoughts that went through my head.
Like,
Just don't do it anymore. Okay.
you remember some of the children's films we've been forced to sit through with the kids?
I think they've all been quality entertainment, and I believe that time is dedicated to our children and to watch those fine, healthy, wholesome shows for an hour and a half. Can't you do that?
For the longest hour and a half of my life?
All
No!
right.
No, I can't. But at least you
So-
haven't filed a suit against me, so I guess I'm one step up from this poor woman in Austin, so I've got that.
So one more thing before I tell you about the ransomware thing. It's progressing. Is that I'm sick and tired of one thing, and I have to tell you this: when I listen to traffic, and then
I was thinking about that
and
today.
after they tell you the traffic, then they instruct you how to drive.
Now, you're going to need to slow down and drive more carefully, and you're going to have to pay attention to that center lane.
well.
Thank you, because I've never understood how to drive before.
Your tires will be kicking up mist and moisture, so one needs to remember the safety of the road. And I'm like, just give me the traffic. And it's like suddenly I realize, you know what this is like? This is like somebody cooking and showing you a recipe and then describing how to eat.
Make sure you
So,
chew
now take a
thoroughly,
fork,
then
take a fork,
swallow.
and then a knife, and you cut like forward and back. Anyway, ransomware, 150 countries, over 200,000 people. They come into your computer and encrypt your all your data, and so
Yeah, Microsoft was really ticked off because apparently the CIA knew about it, and
NSA too.
And they were not happy about the fact that they hadn't warned them until last Friday, which of course is when the torrent had already started. So basically, you might have downloaded it through, like, just clicking on an email attachment or something else that somebody you thought might have sent you on Facebook, and all of a sudden, all of your files are now captured.
The NSA said they were using it because it was a backdoor that they could use for certain cases when they're chasing someone.
Thank you.
And then these guys found it. And so anyway, here's the new part. So Bitcoins, this is how they're getting paid, Bitcoins. And then they funnel it through all these different locations, so it's like impossible to track. And a Bitcoin is actually...
It's digital currency, basically.
yeah.
You can use it online for different things.
Like today, it could be worth $15,000, and tomorrow it'll be worth nothing if it collapses.
It really is random, yeah.
So you have to get Bitcoins. Where do you do that? Most people don't know. And so what these hackers are doing is they're sending links to their people with links to tutorials on how to buy Bitcoins.
I'm going to teach you how to victimize yourself.
Here's a
First
bullet.
of all, punch yourself right in the face then. I mean, seriously.
Tie yourself up. Now, get in the trunk.
They really have to teach them how to get their own ransom.
It's so funny. And then they actually have personalized support where they email back and forth.
Are you kidding me?
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Comcast, except these people actually answer. And then so yeah, and then
that can't be right.
and then it's softening up where people are negotiating with them. So instead of $500, it's $2. So sending tutorials is the funniest thing.
It's the personalized support that's freaking me out.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, this is Steve. How can I help you? Well, I was hoping I could get back all those photos of my children. Certainly. Now, here's what you need to do.
Oh, it'd be funny if you had an Indian accent. Like they're outsourcing.
Call center.
That's so funny.
That's really... Just the sheer gall of that, though. I'm going to do personalized support to help you.
I think it's hilarious. So anyway, okay.
I don't know why that outrages me so much, but it does.
Information is coming up.
All right, we've got Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It is brought to you, of course, by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel has some amazing cruise deals, and believe me, it's warm somewhere, even if it's not warm here. Just go to columbusvacations.com. Also, Executive Transportation, our friend March has a stylish fleet of sweet Escalades. He can take you anywhere you like by calling him at 801-874-8208. And then there's All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Today you might need the heat again, but tomorrow you'll probably want the air conditioning. And fortunately, John is capable of all of those things at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Happy Winter Wednesday, everyone. Here are some of the stories making headlines today on GephartDaily.com. After months of inaction, Jason Chaffetz is finally injecting himself into the Donald Trump Russiagate scandal. Utah's 3rd District Rep tweeted Tuesday night that if a certain memo exists, he has his subpoena pen ready. The memo, reportedly written by former FBI Director James Comey, details Trump's alleged request that Comey put an end to the FBI's probe into fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Chaffetz says he needs to see the memo sooner rather than later. A former Roy daycare owner has been convicted of first-degree child abuse homicide. 36-year-old Tisha Lynn Morley had been charged in the 2014 death of Lincoln Penland, who died after suffering severe head injuries sustained while in Morley's care. Morley's sentencing is scheduled for June 20th, where she could receive a sentence of up to life in prison. And now that Mother Nature has decided to take a major dump on the state of Utah, folks are being told to hold off for a few days before planting their gardens. Plants like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and melons are extremely frost sensitive and could be damaged in the near freezing temps over the next couple of days. Our master gardener, Leslie Woodmansey, says if you've already planted, try and cover up your garden beds with plastic until things warm up a bit. And now a quick look at the bullshit short-term forecast brought to you by Satan, Prince of Darkness. Expect more snow this fine spring day with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Up to a foot of snow will fall in the mountains, 4 to 8 inches expected on the benches. More of the same Thursday as temps hover in the low 50s. Friday, the mother-loving sun returns and temperatures will skyrocket to a tropical 61 degrees. Oh, that's it for now. More headlines 24/7 at GephartDaily.com.
She looks so happy about the fact that she's just destroyed all of our souls with the 3-day forecast.
She's an actress. She should get an Oscar.
No, she really should. Anyone who can smile through that.
Is there anybody, I was trying to think, is there anybody at all who is happy about this snow?
I saw 2 snowboarders heading up when I got on the freeway today.
They don't count. They're homeless. What's the joke?
What do you call a snowboarder without a girlfriend? Homeless.
Homeless, yeah.
How do you get introduced to a snowboarder?
How?
Sorry, dude, I didn't see you there. And there we go again. It's the snow. That's great.
That was this morning.
Because we just haven't seen enough of that. Because that's great. It's
seriously
incredibly inspiring.
Who do you know? The hydrologists, the ones who look at the water and the snowpack, they're not happy. They have plenty. Matter of fact, they're starting to, Deer Creek Reservoir, they're letting water out as fast as they can. So when the water comes in, it doesn't breach the dam, which is a bad thing. Breaching a dam is a bad thing.
I understand that.
But who else would
Maybe
like
the
it?
weathermen, because they like the added drama. Ooh, it's going to snow today. Because, otherwise they'd be going, it's the
It's
party
going to
club.
snow today. That makes me important.
Dun, 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 dun. Now you have to pay attention.
Oh, Christopher's. Oh, I'm so hungry now.
The big thank you. We really appreciate the fact you guys have been watching and listening. It means so much to us. So we wanted to thank you in the best way possible, and that is with food, because that's always the best way you could thank me, certainly. So we're taking you to Christopher's Steakhouse. If you've never been to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse downtown Salt Lake City, number 1, it's gorgeous. Number 2, the food is unspeakably delicious. I've never seen a filet that you could actually cut with a butter knife before. I mean, it's that perfect. So we're sending you down there with 3 of your dearest friends. You guys get to eat and talk, have a good time. Nobody has to be a designated driver
How do you enter?
Executive Transportation takes you back and forth from your home.
How do you enter for this?
It's very simple. Go to any one of our Facebook pages. That's Todd and Erin's Facebook page, or Gephardt Daily, or Gephardt Approved. Just comment under the show today here, and then like the page and share. You're entered, and then we draw every Friday.
Good. All right.
Embarrassingly simple, but oh so delightfully delicious.
I want everyone to look at your hand. Look at the other one.
What am I doing?
Turn them over. Look at the other back. You don't need to. I just think it's funny you're doing it. Basically, okay, I have a demonstration right here. Little illustration.
Ooh, you're
for
using
you.
the whiteboard.
All right, so this is not an actual picture of a hand.
Really?
It's similar to one because all the hands were copywritten. So we'll have to use this drawing.
Okay.
Now, if you hold your hand up and you're looking at your pinky and you're looking at, it's like you're doing the Spock thing. Isn't that it? No.
Okay.
So
That's the Spock thing.
Okay, pinky and the next finger, okay?
Okay.
I can't.
Pinky and
hold
ring
it.
finger?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're looking for is, does your pinky, that's the joint in your finger. See the joint you have in your finger? This one right here. Is your pinky right on it and matches to it? Is it a little bit over? That's number B. And then if it's underneath the knuckle, that is number C. Are we done with this? Okay.
Sure, go ahead. What
All
does
right.
it mean, though?
So which are you?
I'm right on it.
You think I'm right on it too?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so.
So what does that mean? We're going to be like the psychotic ones that should be in prison, right?
Right.
This is a
Gonna be
personality
great,
thing
yes.
that's going to make us. Okay, go on.
There you go, A, B, and C.
All right. If you're type A, and once again, which one is this? It is the right on. Wait, yes, the one that's right on.
That's us.
You're not very open and you don't share your feelings easily. You always strive to present yourself as much more strong and independent than you really are. You're an emotional person, and once you feel connected to somebody, then you're just fine with interacting. All right, type B, this is the one.
Is that you?
That's both of us.
And does it fit?
Kinda. Do you think it
Read
fits?
the first two lines again.
You're not very open and you don't share your feelings easily. No, that's probably not me, is it?
That's really not you.
I always do try. I am an emotional person.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Usually overly.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, let's
Cry
move on.
at Coke commercials.
Shut up. It had the bunny in it.
Number B.
Okay, B is the one where the pinky is past the joint. You don't like to be the first one to approach anyone or take actions. You are very loyal and devoted, and if you start falling in love with someone, you will give them your full attention and you always think about them. Deep down, you have a very sensitive soul, even though it may not look like that at times. All right, now if you're pinky...
Wait a minute. Maybe that's me. Okay, go ahead.
Are you trying to attach a personality type to yourself now?
Pull my finger.
Like a retroactive...
Here, you want to pull my finger?
Let's not do that. All right, and then type C, of course, which is
so-
where the pinky is below the joints. And that is, you easily forget things that make you upset, and you really don't hold a grudge. That's not me.
No.
Todd calls me Satan Claus because I keep a list forever. Okay, you easily forget things that make you upset. You don't hold a grudge. You don't like unfamiliar territory. It bothers you when you have to deal with something that's new or unknown. You sometimes come off as bossy because your ego is extremely high when arguing with other people. But on the bright side, you are the first to apologize afterwards.
See? I'm not that.
No?
So we're both A.
So it's interesting, yes. So once again, you're type A if you match straight across on the joint. If you were over the joint, then you're type B. And you're type C if your pinky is below.
Right. There
So
you go.
that's interesting.
Okay, cool.
Sadly, those things tend to often be very accurate, which always embarrasses me because mine is usually the most unflattering. So it's
So it always works.
like, wait.
You know what John from All Utah Plumbing won't be doing today is this.
Probably not.
He'll probably avoid that till a better time. But they are this time. Yes, 2 days ago they were working on AC units in your home. All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They do everything. They'll do a walk through your house, and that sink leaks, and that one doesn't work, and the shower pressure's bad, or your pressure's too much in the water heater. They will come and do that, and they handle it all. They're licensed. That's what they have. That's what they do. They do remodeling as well. They just turned this bath into a giant shower stall. I saw pictures. It was really cool. So do that. Do that.
Okay. All right. Coming up next, we're going to tell you about Girl Scout cookies and why there aren't any right now.
What?
Coming up next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right. So
Oh, here we go
can't
again.
even look at that
It's the
anymore.
Robert J. DeBry mountain cam
Sorry, Robert.
or snow.
Yeah, and that's what we're.
That's great.
Yeah,
very
I guess
inspiring.
back into the 70s, and this is this morning.
There's also a chance of snow showers tomorrow, though. This seems supremely unfair. That tree almost looks like it's flipping you off. Like, yeah, thanks, Mother Nature. Thanks.
It does.
Right? Seriously, like, yeah, I had a few pine cones left. Thank heavens you've ripped them off me now.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? It seems very unfair to me.
just-
Okay,
Okay.
now, the Girl Scout cookie issue is a very big one for me because I'm kept addicted to Thin Mints by my girlfriend Karen, who keeps them in her deep freezer all year round. How could this be happening?
There's a lady, and she decided.
She's no lady, mister.
No, she isn't. She decided to go, and she's involved with the Girl Scouts, and she's one of those crazy people who really gets involved and stuffs her garage full of cookies and storage units and
I'm
stuff.
getting all those girls to horse camp one way or another.
That's right. And so she went to the warehouse where they store them all, and she loaded up her truck, and then she drove away.
Okay.
Didn't pay for it.
She stole the Girl Scout cookies.
$15,000 worth of Samoas, Thin Mints.
You know that 15,000 is a felony, right? She committed a Girl Scout cookie felony.
Yeah. So
Why did she do this?
she said, "Oh, I forgot. How do you forget loading $15,000 worth of cookies into your?" And what kind of example does that set? Right?
Girls, I've stolen these cookies. Now we're going to go sell them at Dickies.
She's going to be a size 52.
She stole $15,000 worth of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to pay.
That's a lot of freaking boxes.
That would take you hours to fill a truck with. And the whole time you're going, I'm forgetting to pay. I'm forgetting to pay. I'm forgetting to pay.
Well, maybe she just got really excited about, the Samoas because they are delicious.
They are delicious. It's evil, people. And
Wow.
speaking of, there is just a crime wave going on.
Yeah, what
right
is this
now.
plethora of theft today?
California. Actually, we're going to start in. It ends up in California, Montana. There's a beekeeper, and the beekeeper. You think, oh, the smoke, and what? The smoke things, and this is what the hives look like. And usually, you see like 1, 2, or 3 of them. That's great. But there are professional beekeepers that have like semi-flatbeds filled with, I don't know how they seal them up and keep the queen in there. They drive down the highway. And so this guy,
Oh, this seems so traumatic.
he took $170,000 and they stole them.
That's an extra felony level, not to mention the anxiety for the bees. That's so mean.
And so they go
What
down
were they doing with the bees?
Well, usually what you do with them, this guy was in Montana, was actually hired for the almond season during the bloom, that you go down and you park that truck there.
Is this like rent a bee? I mean, you could seriously
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah, it's almost
I did
like-
not know you could do that.
Well, they're pollinating all the flowers. Oh, they're like stud bees, aren't they? Chicka wow wow, right? Look at the thorax on that one. Hey, wow. I'm the bee. I'm here to pollinate your flower. I don't know. I don't know what happens to me. So anyway, they found.
Did they find the bees? Our little stud bees? Where were they?
They found them in all these really weird places. They found them in like drainage ditches, and they found
That's
them in.
so mean.
But they were set up. They weren't like thrown in there. They were all set up. And
Oh, they were just placed. Okay.
They found them all over the place, and you mark the boxes, and it's not like you're going to go take a box apart or erase it, because they're bees, right? And so they found it, and they got most of his bees back. $170,000 worth of honey bees.
I'm just thanking the good Lord that we don't live in Montana, because Zoe, our 6-year-old, would have went, "Come with me," and she would have lifted the hive and brought it home and put it in the living room. She would have.
She likes to bring bugs in.
Do you remember that I had to make that deal with her last night? She was worried about the caterpillars she'd found outside because of
cold.
the snow.
Right.
And we had a very fierce negotiation about the snails. And I said, leave the snails outside and you can bring in the caterpillars to keep them warm. Yeah, this is what I'm reduced to. I'm negotiating with my daughter over caterpillars.
I'm still thinking about the stud bees. I'm sorry. Okay.
What is wrong with
I'm
you?
going to get my composure and get that together, but first, all Utah Plumbing, watch this. John? Hey, John. John. Yo, John. Hey.
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, man, how
Right
are you?
here. What's going on,
Good
bud?
to see you. You know, this is kind of refreshing that we're not in a bathroom together.
We are not in a bathroom
We're in a
together.
nice kitchen. And what are we doing today?
We are going to fix my kitchen sink. We're going to put in a new garbage disposal today.
Oh, look at that.
I'm excited. A nice upgrade. I like Incinerator. That's what we use. This one is an upgrade because it's not half horsepower.
What is
It's
it?
3/4. It's got a stainless steel inners.
Right.
It reverse grinds,
So it looks like you can make margaritas with this.
which we can do before it gets installed if you'd
That'd
like.
probably be a good idea.
I've already removed the old one.
Right?
And so it'll make it simpler. I'm going to explain to you and things because it's easier up here.
Right.
Okay, so this part of the disposal is what's going to hold the disposal to the sink. If it was attached anyway, you undo these screws. Okay, it's real simple. I've kind of already done some. And then you take your screwdriver,
Okay.
which I have in my hand, and you just simply pop the ring off. See that?
Nice.
Ring comes off. That comes off. Now you want to do this in order. That comes off. The paper comes off. Okay? So this part is actually attached to the sink.
This is the part you see, right? Okay.
All this is under. So you take your plumber's putty on all sinks except for cultured marble, that kind of thing.
Right.
We used to call it Corian. So this never dries,
Right.
you know, for years and years. You put this down and you push it into the sink, and then all this stuff from under the sink starts going back. The clip pushes back on, holds it. Then you're screwing your screws like a tire. That's on the sink, and these are screwed up. As you can see, this twists. See that, Todd?
Right, right.
And these little nubs right here twist onto
And they just
the
lock
fact
onto
that
it.
these are crooked,
Right.
and it just goes whoop and locks it up in there.
Okay. It looks so easy standing up.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was thinking maybe, you know, I could be a plumber assistant or something, but it's a whole nother thing
Right.
under the
right.
sink. And let's see that part now. There you go. There's your. I am exhausted.
Thanks. Yeah.
Can't
Right.
even tell you. All right. So we have a new disposal.
Yes.
So the question is, there has to be some rules.
All right. So you got asparagus. You've got potato peelings, carrot peelings, the whole thing.
Right.
And the way that you use any disposal, any size. So you got your yuck.
Right.
Little pieces, do it, and wait for it to go down, for heaven's sakes.
So other things you're doing, I know you're doing a lot of remodels right now. You've got heating and air.
Yep, so obviously remodels, then the toilets, water heaters, faucets. It's that time of year everything's picking up. Sprinklers are about to kick free. I mean, it's going to go.
So you know who to call. All Utah plumbing, heating, and air, and sprinklers, and leaks and drips. That's why you don't fit it on your truck. That's why you
Right.
keep it down there.
Yeah, I got to.
All right, thanks, guy.
Thanks, man.
Next
I'll see
time
you soon.
on DIY on GetPartDaily.com.
All right.
Coming up, we have coming up a story about hairy pizza.
How do you find this stuff?
It's next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale. columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GetPartDaily.com.
All right, there it is. That's what happened last night while you slept.
Are you
Still
taking a
happening right
selfie?
now. Yeah, I am taking a selfie.
Wow, that's inspiring. How long is that going to take to melt? It's surely not that long.
I won't live that long.
Probably not.
No.
I'm going to drown myself in the pond in the golf course.
All right, so I want to talk about a pizza, but before I do, hang on
Okay.
1 second. Okay,
You're delightfully photogenic, honey.
thanks. Yeah, I'm just catching the fact that I flipped this bottle once and I landed it. I did. No one else can do that around here. I'll tell you that right now. It's no.
Hug. That's our photographer, Richard.
It's in the cloud. Sorry. All right, so how do I work in this environment?
The two of you are so creepy.
Where's the
All right.
hair thing?
Let's move on to the pizza thing, because this is very bizarre.
Do you like pizza?
Is this like pizza taken to the extreme level where you really like pizza too much?
Yeah, pretty much. Take
Okay.
a look.
Now, this is Pizza Hair. She's very, very proud of herself too. And if you're listening today, you're not watching. Please try to check in
You've
later.
gotta
'Cause
watch the
you've got to
show.
see this. She's managed to back shave her hair. She's got it multicolored, and then she's got the sprouty bit, which looks
You know
exactly
what?
like a crust.
Make them go and watch this
Yeah,
because
you better go.
you can't explain
No,
that.
not adequately. No.
You know what this explains?
Yeah.
She probably works in a hair salon, and you know the reason I know that is anytime you've ever met someone who works in a hair salon and they're bored, they have all these things to cut your hair. They have all these dyes. They have all these tints. They have henna. They have cellophane. They have all of these little tinfoil things you put in your hair, and they just sit there. And it's,
She's looking at a Domino's box. She's going, pizza.
Yeah. But anybody who works in that, oh, it's the same as the makeup counter at a department store.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, by the time you get to the Mac counter, their eyes are like this because they've got that many, false eyelashes on. So yeah.
Tattoo shop.
Sorry, if you're not coated, if you don't have the full sleeves, you're not a
Because
true.
you're sitting around, you're not working, and there's a needle, and there's, next thing you know, you got a squid on your face. You're not allowed to work in a bank anymore.
All right, I had the weirdest thing happen when I had to take Zoe to the emergency room. Our daughter has been hacking like continuously. This poor little kid, every 2 minutes for like a week.
You know what it feels like? It just kills you. It's like
To listen,
and
yeah.
you can't give her more medication because you just did, and there's 4 more hours, and she's coughing, and I'm literally 15 seconds.
So it was horrible. So finally I said, okay, this isn't right. We'd taken this sick child visit. I called the doctor on call. She went, I don't have anything else. Go to the ER. So I took Zoe up, and this poor little beast is sitting on my lap, and she's hacking away. And as it always happens, the minute you hit the ER, 473,000 other people hit the ER too.
Right.
As a matter of fact, there were like 4 motocross kids still in all their padded gear, and their dads all geared up too.
Evidently not enough pads.
And they're all walking in, and they're all like this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a clear sign of what my sons will not be doing. But so Zoe's on my lap, and she's
Right.
hacking, and these 2 ladies sat down next to us, and very sweet, just kind of smiled pleasantly, and they went, "Oh, you're Erin. Hi." And I went, "Hi, how are you?" And you know how you go in that creepy professional mode, you can't help it. I'm like, "Hi, yeah, how are you doing?" And still holding my hacking daughter, and they went, "The vaginal rejuvenation thing. Can you tell me more about that?" Which is true.
Let's just know.
I was up at a light
Let's
laser, and I
not.
had vaginal rejuvenation procedure, and it's really, really cool. And I'm writing a post about it later if you want to read about it and see some of the video. Not my video, but you can see how it explains it. It's really cool. But in any case, so I start talking about this, and I'm like halfway through the explanation of this works by radio frequency with a heating cooling cycle,
You get free HBO.
And then I realized that the ER doctor's standing above me, and he's just staring at me.
Right.
And Zoe's hacking away on my lap, and I'm like,
See,
and it's at that point they take us back, and I'm pretty sure he's calling DCFS at the same time.
there is a secret to the ER. And I don't know if you knew that. And I think we've pulled it off successfully. If you go in with a coughing kid, okay, you're on the bottom of the rung of the ladder.
Yeah, pretty much,
right?
because there's somebody who's got a limb severed.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You go in with a face injury or an eye injury, it's like you're going in, right? I took my friend, a friend of mine had a kidney stone attack. Oh. So I've had them before. So I threw him in the car. I drove like the devil.
It's like a throat punch repeatedly.
I mean,
yeah.
I think I got him to the hospital and on drugs in like 20 minutes,
Nice.
which is
Nice.
I want someone to do that for me. But we're sitting there and he's filling out the forms at the front, and he just doubled over like this. And I remember from mine situation, so I walked up and I just whispered in his ear. I go, if you throw up, they'll bring you back and start taking care of you. And you get nauseous at this point, and he kind of was, and he just asked for a wastebasket.
No way.
They actually just look at you and they go, "Oh,
He
here."
puked on cue.
Yeah, he threw up.
That's impressive.
And literally, they picked him up by the arms and walked him back and hooked him up to some drugs.
Oh, that poor
My
guy.
experience where Erin was there is I fell off a ladder several years ago, and it slid out from underneath me, and I broke both ankle bones on one leg, you know. And when I did it, I thought, "Oh, I'm okay," and I jumbled back into
Oh,
the
no.
house.
This is a typical guy thing. Women, walk through this with me. They hurt themselves horribly. Todd's pinned underneath the ladder he's been on for a 2-story job. He crawls into the house with a small trail of blood behind him. Remember, they do this? And he goes, "I'll be fine. I just need to catch my breath." And he gets himself a drink, still crawling, which is, I think, impressive. Then seats himself in the living room, shakily downing his drink. And then after a while, looks at it and goes, "I have to go to the ER, huh?" And I'm like,
All
yeah.
right, so
Yeah, we do.
all right, so we go to the ER, right? And because the ladder has those little prongs on it that catch the ladder when you can extend it and stuff like that, I must have hit one on the way down because I had a puncture wound on the inside of my calf. Now, that's what got me the attention because I walked in, they went, "Oh, broken
I thought it was
leg."
compound fracture.
Or, yeah, and then I pointed
Yeah.
out and I went, "I'm not sure, but that might be a compound fracture." And it was like,
Remember the phrase compound fracture? They like that, especially if there's a jagged bit of bone sticking out of your
and I
skin.
didn't have it, but it looked like it. Next thing you know, my pants are getting cut off with scissors. It was great.
Man, you need a date. You really do, don't you?
When your wife says that to you, you really have to wonder what's going on. And did I mention that I did stand that bottle up? I'll show you the picture later when I flipped it this morning. That's right. Yeah, that's right. All right, so at the beginning of the show, you proved a point to me. We
About
had
your fidgeting?
We had some comments on Facebook.
Insane amounts of
See, I just
fidgeting.
did it. I just did this, and I do this, and sometimes I do that.
And then you were playing with your glasses, and then you're straightening out all the
Right,
pins.
and so you guys put something together, and just to prove your point, which worked, here it is.
He's a twitcher.
It's just so sad, isn't it? All right, well, you guys...
Still twitching.
Yeah, you guys have a great day. It's a Todd and Erin morning stream on getpartdaily.com.